Not every snake attack ends in victory. Sometimes, the moment when the prey seems firmly secured is when mistakes begin to appear. Venom can be highly dangerous. Reflexes can be incredibly fast. But in nature, there are always opponents capable of fighting back far beyond the predator's predictions. Just a single decision to strike at the wrong time can turn a hunt into a battle for survival. Welcome to the land of reptiles, where brutal moments of snakes choosing the wrong opponent have been recorded. Python versus goat. Pythons are giant constricting monsters representing the evolutionary pinnacle of non-venomous hunting in the reptile world. Possessing an impressively elongated body, from 3 to over 7 meters, depending on the species, the python's ultimate weapon lies in the dense muscular system wrapped around a skeleton of hundreds of flexible vertebrae. With a body over 6 meters long, the python uses heat-sensing pits located on its lips to easily find prey hiding in the dark.
The python continued to battle back.
Unlike snakes that hunt using speed or toxins, pythons are the symbol of maximum patience with ambush tactics and a brutal execution mechanism called mechanical constriction.
Constricting its prey.
Thanks to its lower jaw that can be separated, the python easily swallows everything from tiny mice to large mammals. Amidst the thorny thickets of the wild bush, a rare and suffocating encounter is taking place between a large python and a wild goat possessing a pair of long, curved horns. However, during the prey's frantic struggle, an unintended mechanical accident occurred. The python's head accidentally slipped into the goat's curved horns and became tightly wedged there while swallowing its meal. The python's skull bones are connected by highly elastic ligaments to expand its mouth for swallowing large prey. However, this structure cannot withstand external compressive forces. When trapped in the pincers of the goat's sturdy keratinous horns, the python's skull and jawbones can be tightly compressed, causing suffocation or brain damage. Rat snake versus eagle. Slithering very slowly through the dry leaves, a rat snake is resting incredibly peacefully. But the eagle's keen eyes have seen it all. It swoops down, using its razor-sharp talons to tightly grab the snake incredibly fast. The feathers on the eagle's legs grow very thickly. This layer of feathers acts exactly like a shield, preventing the bird's legs from being bitten into the flesh by the snake. The eagle has very rough spicules on the bottom of its feet to grip tightly onto the snake's slippery scales. They were born to be the kings of the sky. As expected, the powerful crushing force from the talons and the pecks from the curved beak forced the rat snake to lie still and surrender. Owl versus snake. On a log covered with green moss, a very tense battle is taking place. The crushing force from the feet of large owls can range from 300 to 500 pounds per square inch. The owl does not use its beak to bite the snake to death right at the start. It uses its incredibly strong talons to tightly clamp the snake's head. This crushing force is strong enough to break the spine or damage the snake's internal organs. The clamping grip makes the prey stiffen and unable to coil its body to fight back. And so the snake has been completely defeated. Afterward, the owl finally uses its hard beak to tear through the thick scales. The meal takes place incredibly quickly. A special neck bone structure allows the owl to rotate its head all the way to the back. While eating it continuously, looks around to watch out for other enemies. Under the blanket of fallen leaves, the battle ends. Deep in the forest, the one who strikes faster and more accurately will always be the winner. The owl stands completely still in one spot, its head turning slowly, its large eyes locking tightly onto the slithering snake approaching. Although the rat snake has no venom, it has heat-sensing pits on its lips. Thanks to this, it knows exactly how far away its opponent is. Both animals just stand there probing. Neither dares to act recklessly in a rush. The owl's eyes see very well, helping it measure the distance incredibly accurately. Only at the final minute, when the two sides get too close, do they lunge in to bite and tear at each other. The rat snake immediately coils its body. Its coiling loop tightens the moment the bird snatches its talons down, causing both to lose their momentum. Both the owl and the rat snake tumble down, gripping each other tightly and rolling wildly on the ground. Greater Kukal versus snake. When the snake is stuck on a branch, it can no longer slither away quickly. At this point, it has turned into a stationary target for the greater Kukal to aim at. The beak of the greater Kukal is very thick and sturdy. When it jumps from below and bites hard, the springing force from its neck muscles creates an immense compressive power. The downward curving tip of the bird's beak acts exactly like an iron hook, piercing deep and holding tightly onto the snake's skull. After a successful bite to the head, the greater Kukal relaxes its body to use its own weight to forcefully pull the opponent off the branch. Not having sharp talons like an eagle, the greater Kukal must learn to use its beak to snap the snake's neck bones. This violent jerk leaves the victim unable to move before falling to the ground. This is how this bird turns a terrifying predator into a hearty meal, concluding an incredibly harsh natural battle. Snake versus tarantula. Under the dry leaves, a tarantula carefully crawls over tree roots and then burrows deep into a pitch-black hole to find a place to sleep. But every movement of this large spider is accidentally spotted from afar by a venomous snake. Seeing a tasty meal, the predator silently trails closely behind and approaches right up to the entrance of the burrow. Without hesitation, the snake lunges straight into the cramped underground space, highly confident that it will neatly catch its target. But the narrow burrow is a dangerous trap. As soon as they meet face to face, the tarantula immediately unleashes an incredibly fast counterattack. The tarantula has a pair of fangs that strike straight down like a pickaxe. These fangs pierce the snake's scales, pumping in venom that damages the nervous system in just seconds. The spider's venom acts so quickly that before the snake can even understand what is happening, its entire body becomes paralyzed. Losing all its strength, the snake fades away and drops dead, marking a sad ending for a hunter that dared to creep into the opponent's home. Aodaisho snake versus crow. The Aodaisho snake is the largest non-venomous snake species in Japan. They are excellent tree climbers and often slither up to bird nests high above to steal eggs and nestlings. Since it has no venom, this snake's most powerful weapon is its constricting strength and incredibly remarkable flexibility. Meanwhile, the crow has a very intelligent brain and a sharp beak as hard as iron. This bird is not afraid at all. Instead, they consider snakes a nutritious meal. The wet mud puddle causes the scales on the Aodaisho snake's belly to lose their grip. The snake cannot slither quickly across the mud to escape. This fight on the water's edge demonstrates the harshness between reptiles and flying birds. Here, just a tiny mistake is enough for either one to lose its life. Sea snake versus moray eel. At the bottom of the ocean, coral reefs are incredibly safe hiding places, but they cannot stop a professional hunter, the sea snake. This reptile is weaving through every narrow rock crevice to search for its favorite food. Moray eels are terrors with densely muscular bodies weighing significantly more than sea snakes. They possess a brutal biting force and especially a unique dual jaw system, a secondary set of jaws located deep in the throat that can be launched forward to firmly grasp and drag prey into the stomach. But it means nothing to this predator. Without any hesitation, the sea snake lunges straight ahead and sinks its venomous teeth deep into the opponent's body. The venom of the sea snake is many times more potent than that of terrestrial snakes. This special toxin paralyzes fish extremely quickly, preventing the prey from having a chance to swim away or slip deep into a burrow. What you have just watched shows that in nature strength does not always guarantee victory. Even predators possessing deadly venom can pay the price when underestimating the opponent in front of them.
Ces mâchoires sont redoutables. De nombreux plongeurs tricoréiers possèdent une arme.
Sometimes just a sudden counterattack is enough to completely change the situation. And that is what has created the most memorable moments in the wild world. If you found this video fascinating, please hit like, leave a comment, sharing your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel to continue exploring many more thrilling wildlife moments. Thank you for watching to the end. See you in the next video.